I was born in Barcelona. For the last 10 years, I spent my time in the UK, basically in London. I spent all my career in the UK working in the NHS, which is the public healthcare system in the UK, specialized in the medication management system, implementing safer systems for avoiding post-patient harm and incidents. What I do at the moment, I'm a writer, I'm a mentor in leadership, and also very passionate about building community with social entrepreneurs. So I'm taking my 10 years of experience back to my home country and between the UK and Barcelona, building community, because as Isabel said, I do believe that we've forgotten who we are in essence. We give our power away very easily to what a doctor will say, which are very knowledgeable, but also I feel that we are very disconnected from who we are. And that's what happened to me when I came to the UK in my shiny career as a consultant. Shorter than 6 months in my career, I burned out. I was stressed, full of anxiety, I didn't know what was happening. You know, I come from this Dolce Vita in Barcelona, we have 1 hour break, then they drop me in the UK, no lunch, non-stop work, and a very fast-paced lifestyle in London. But it was not the work. I thought it was at the beginning blaming the work. I will come back home very down, very feeling that something was wrong. And you know, sometimes you go to the doctor and the first thing that they tell you is, they go by the book, right? But they will tell you, are you having suicidal thoughts? Are you okay? They look at one of the aspects of the self, right? And we all have to understand as well that we are all different. So we all suffer, we all love, but also what works for me, like today, I've been very ill all this week, and I was prescribed an inhaler because I couldn't breathe and I was coughing. But my body didn't want it, so I started to really listen to what's happening, right? And today I found this beautiful Portuguese essential oil, which is about breathing, and immediately I feel better. And I think sometimes it's about giving a step back, and when we talk about balancing both, it's not about, oh, the traditional medicine is wrong and the alternative is the future, or the other way around. I think what I've seen a lot of change now in Scotland, for instance, or in the UK, doctors are prescribing time with nature and alternative complementary therapies. And I think that's the first step, that we need to give people a choice. Because if you go to the doctor and the first thing they tell you is like, okay, here you have an antidepressant, you have depression, we need to be very careful on how also we are just taking what someone else will tell us as a truth. And we need to sit, and sometimes it's very easy to get busy with what everyone is saying, our family, the doctors, they know what they are doing, but sometimes they just don't know. One of the levels might be out of balance, because as Isabel said, we are not just physical beings or mental beings, we are emotional and we are spiritual as well. And one of my passions for all this journey that I came into the UK was about figuring out what was the missing link for me to be in balance, right? And I understood that unless my 4 levels of the being was completely, you know, in alignment, I will struggle. I won't be in flow. So that's why I'm passionate also to help people get back into flow. So I help entrepreneurs and people to lead their life with flow, with passion, but also my ultimate belief is that our true nature is joy, and our true nature is that we are already love and perfect. The body knows how to heal if we allow it, but sometimes it's very easy because we are so busy with work, or we are busy with other things, the pressure of the changes we are suffering in the planet, that we don't have the space. And so today, for me, if I want to bring something of what I learned in the last 10 years and changing completely my career from an IT, very male-dominated environment, now hosting women's circles, going into social entrepreneur, writing my own books, and speaking in front of people, which I never thought I would do. The change happened internally. It never changed externally. And the health was also an internal change when I decided to take my power back. And that's something that I want to encourage everyone to listen, that they are more powerful than they think, and your body is more powerful than you think. And we are limitless, I believe. Our minds, our bodies, our spirits, they have wisdom. And that's why I believe, going back to nature and going back to the earth, the ancient knowledge is so vital to complement with the orthodox medicine as well, because there are certain things that we need these systems. However, it's costing too much to the healthcare to sustain this. I work with the NHS, and it's not sustainable. The amount of money that goes into the pharmaceutical industry is crazy. Most of the time, I'm not going to say if it doesn't help, but it's mostly covering something that might be underlying issue on an emotional level, on a psychological level, and it's just willing to suppress something that needs to come out and heal in a different way, maybe, right? In a therapy where you can just move your body, in a therapy where you can express and speak. That's why I believe in community as well. So one of the things is connecting with nature, connecting with our humanity, on who we are. So we are interdependent. I don't believe in codependency on drugs or any other substances, but we should be interdependent. We should rely and trust each other. And if we have a bad day, instead of taking a pill, just get a hug from someone, right? And sometimes that's much more powerful than suppressing that emotion that wants to come out. And we have so much prejudice about crying, about dancing in front of people, about doing crazy things because we believe that's for children. But I believe that if we return back to innocence, we return back to nature, we find alternative ways to sustain ourselves, like better food habits. Because for me, that was a factor that I needed to look. When I was in stress, I was not making the, so all goes together. I was stressed, I was with this mental anxiety, and I wouldn't take a nice food. I would just go for the coffee, I would go for the quick fix. So all goes out of balance, right? But if we start to listen to ourselves, we take time to listen what my body's telling me. Like last week I was for a week sick. I had no other way to do than listening to my body because I couldn't move from the bed, right? So either you're forced by your body to listen, or you take 10 minutes a day to listen to your heart or to listen to your body. Where is the tension? Where is, maybe I don't like my work and I'm lying to myself that I want to change. And all these other issues, my fights with my husband, my stress and all these things are underlying issues of something bigger that it's, I want to change work. So if we listen what's going on, I think that's a key. Also, the number one for me is taking time in nature and ground yourself, because that will give you that sense of safety and knowing yourself. And I think nature, that's why it's prescribed now by doctors, because they have been doing scientific studies on how beneficial it is to get back into nature, to put your feet on the ground, to be in front of the sea. And we are lucky here in Portugal or in Spain, not so much in the UK, I'm sorry, but we have the sunshine. Get out on the sunshine and enjoy and breathe, get nice essential oils, and just take life in a much more slow pace. And I think I had another third point, and then I will finish, which is giving back. Because when people are struggling with addiction or other things, sometimes the only way that saves those people, I always say, you cannot save anyone, but you can love them. And for me, the only way you can save yourself is, most of the times, by helping someone else. Yeah. So when you are in a difficult situation in your health or at any levels of your being, sometimes it's about, again, community, connecting, giving back. If you want to get out of that dark situation or dark space where you are in a challenge in your health, think about helping someone who is in the same situation, and that, I promise, will change your life. So that's my share for today. I hope you enjoy it, and thank you so much for coming.
Well done.